Imagine surviving a capsized cruise ship, only to realize the real challenge is outrunning Shelley Winter's Oscar-worthy stamina. At 51, she played an elderly woman, outpacing her younger co-stars in a race against time and water. Stella Stevens predicted Winter's nomination, but who could have guessed the actress's relentless energy would mirror her character's fight for survival? As the ship flips, so do expectations. This isn't just a disaster film, it's a gritty, unfiltered portrayal of human resilience, shot in sequence to capture every bruise and tear. In the 1972 disaster classic, The Poseidon Adventure, a group of passengers faces the ultimate test of survival after a rogue wave capsizes their cruise ship. What follows is a gripping tale of human resilience, but it's not without its quirks. Shelley Winters, at 51, delivers an Oscar-nominated performance as an elderly woman, outpacing her younger co-stars in both stamina and determination. Her character's journey, alongside Ernest Borgnon's, highlights the film's ability to blend tension with unexpected moments of vulnerability. Shot in sequence, the film captures the physical toll on its characters, from dirt-stained clothes to real and artificial injuries, adding a layer of authenticity to their harrowing escape. Stella Stevens once noted that the role of Belle was destined for Oscar recognition, and Winter's portrayal proves her right. Yet, it's not just the performances that stand out. The film's inspiration, rooted in Paul Gallico's real-life experience aboard the Queen Mary and a BB incident, grounds its high-stakes drama in a chilling sense of possibility. As we dive into this review, we'll explore how The Poseidon Adventure balances its thrilling premise with character-driven moments, while also questioning whether its pacing and narrative choices hold up today. This isn't just a story of survival. It's a reflection on humanity's capacity to endure, and sometimes to outrun even the most unlikely of heroes. The Poseidon Adventure begins with a sense of festive normalcy aboard the SS Poseidon, a luxury ocean liner sailing through the Atlantic on New Year's Eve. The passengers, a diverse group of individuals, are gathered in the grand ballroom, celebrating the holiday with music, dancing and champagne. Among them is Reverend Frank Scott, played by Gene Hackman, a pragmatic and outspoken minister who delivers a sermon about the futility of prayer without action, a theme that foreshadows the trials ahead. Also present is Belle Rosen, portrayed by Shelley Winters, who, despite being only 51 at the time, convincingly embodies an elderly, retired woman. Her character's resilience becomes a focal point later, though her youthful energy behind the scenes contrasts sharply with her on-screen persona. Ernest Borgnine, as her husband, treats her with a protective, almost paternal air, though he's actually younger than Winters in real life. The festive atmosphere is abruptly shattered when a rogue wave, towering and relentless, strikes the ship. The Poseidon capsizes within moments, leaving the ballroom, now upside down in chaos. Water rushes in, furniture becomes deadly projectiles, and passengers scramble for survival. The first act masterfully sets the stage for the harrowing journey ahead, as a small group of survivors, led by Reverend Scott, decides to navigate through the sinking ship's flooded corridors toward what they hope is safety. The tension is palpable, heightened by the film's decision to shoot in sequence, allowing the actors' physical deterioration, dirt, injuries, and exhaustion to mirror their characters' struggles. This realism adds a layer of authenticity to the chaos, making the audience feel every desperate step of their journey. The setup is both gripping and thought-provoking, as it forces viewers to consider how they might react in such a crisis. The Poseidon Adventure doesn't just present a disaster, it explores the human spirit's capacity to endure against all odds. Diving into the production of The Poseidon Adventure, it's fascinating to uncover the stories and challenges that shaped this 1972 disaster classic. One of the most intriguing behind-the-scenes tales involves the character of Belle Rosen, played by Shelley Winters. According to Stella Stevens, who read the script early on, It was clear from the writing that the actress portraying Belle, the fat lady, would be in line for an Oscar nomination. Stevens' intuition proved spot on, as Winters' powerful performance earned her an Academy Award nod for Best Supporting Actress. This insight highlights the script's depth and the care taken in crafting Belle's character, who becomes a pivotal figure in the group's struggle for survival. Her determination and sacrifice in the flooded ballroom scene, where she swims to retrieve an essential item, are not just physical feats but emotional milestones that resonate with the audience. Another production detail that adds depth to the film is its origin story. Author Paul Gallico drew inspiration from a real-life experience aboard the Queen Mary, where a large wave sent breakfast diners and furniture crashing across the room. This personal encounter, combined with a true incident during World War II, when the Queen Mary was struck by a massive wave, fueled Gallico's imagination. The idea that the ship could have capsized with just a few more inches of roll is chilling, and it directly influenced the Poseidon's dramatic capsizing scene. The film's production team faced the challenge of recreating this disaster on screen, using innovative techniques to simulate the ship's inversion. The set was built on a massive gimbal, allowing it to tilt and rotate, while water tanks and controlled flooding brought the chaos of the capsized ship to life. This attention to detail and commitment to realism helped immerse audiences in the passengers' harrowing journey. Interestingly, the film's script underwent several revisions, with writers Sterling Silliphant and Wendell Meyers working closely with director Ronald Neame to balance the action with character development. This collaboration ensured that each character's arc, from Gene Hackman's resolute Reverend Scott to Ernest Borgnine's conflicted detective, felt authentic and compelling. The result is a narrative that doesn't just rely on spectacle, but also on the human stories at its core. These production insights revealed the meticulous planning and creative problem-solving that went into the Poseidon adventure. From Shelley Winters' Oscar-worthy performance to the film's roots in real maritime incidents, every element contributes to the tension and emotional impact we feel as viewers. It's a testament to the power of storytelling when behind-the-scenes efforts translate so effectively to the screen, making the Poseidon adventure a lasting benchmark in the disaster film genre. In the heart of the Poseidon adventure, it's the performances that truly anchor the film's tension and humanity. Shelley Winters, at 51, delivers a powerhouse portrayal of Belle Rosen, a retired woman whose resilience becomes the emotional core of the story. Despite being cast as an elderly figure, Winters brings a vitality that contrasts sharply with her character's physical struggles, particularly in the iconic underwater scene where she sacrifices herself to save others. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination, a testament to her ability to embody both vulnerability and strength. Interestingly, Winters' co-star Stella Stevens had predicted early on that the actress playing Belle would be Oscar-worthy, a foresight that proved remarkably accurate. Opposite Winters, Ernest Borgnine, who was actually older than her, plays her husband with a gruff tenderness, his character's protective nature adding depth to their relationship. Their dynamic is a standout, especially in quieter moments, where their bond shines through the chaos. Gene Hackman, as Reverend Scott, commands the screen with his stoic determination, leading the survivors with a moral conviction that never feels preachy. His performance grounds the film's spiritual undertones without overshadowing the human drama. Behind the scenes, the cast's camaraderie added authenticity to their on-screen struggles. Shooting in sequence allowed the actors to physically embody their characters' deterioration, with dirt, injuries, and exhaustion becoming part of their performances. Winters, known for her love of gin rummy, reportedly passed the time between takes playing with Jack Albertson, who played her husband. Their off-screen games added a layer of realism to their on-screen chemistry. though rumors of Albertson winning a small fortune from Winters remain a delightful piece of trivia. Together, these performances elevate the Poseidon adventure from a mere disaster film to a gripping study of human resilience and connection. What sets the Poseidon adventure apart is its masterful blend of technical ingenuity and emotional depth. The cinematography, for instance, is a character in itself, capturing the claustrophobic chaos of the capsized ship with a raw, almost documentary-like intensity. The decision to shoot in sequence pays off immensely, as the physical deterioration of the characters, their dirt-stained clothes, their growing injuries, becomes a visceral reminder of their struggle. Take the scene where the survivors first navigate the overturned corridors. The camera tilts and twists, disorienting the audience just as the characters are disoriented, pulling us into their harrowing reality. This isn't just a disaster film, it's a survival story, told through the lens of human resilience. The music, too, plays a crucial role, heightening the tension without overwhelming the narrative. John Williams' score is both haunting and hopeful, mirroring the characters' fluctuating emotions as they face one obstacle after another. Dialogue, while occasionally dated, serves its purpose well, particularly in the exchanges between Belle Rosen and her husband Manny. Shelley Winters, despite being only 51, embodies Belle's elderly vulnerability with such conviction that it's easy to forget her actual age. Her Oscar-nominated performance isn't just about physicality, it's about the quiet strength she brings to the role, especially in moments like her underwater rescue, where her determination becomes the film's emotional centerpiece. Ernest Borgnine, playing a character who treats Belle like an old woman, adds a layer of complexity to their dynamic, highlighting the film's subtle commentary on age and perception. The production design deserves equal praise, transforming the ship into a labyrinth of danger and desperation. The upside-down dining room, with its shattered glass and floating debris, is a visual masterpiece, a stark reminder of the fragility of human life. Even the trivia surrounding the film adds to its allure, like the fact that Stella Stevens predicted Shelley Winters' Oscar nomination based on the strength of the script, or the off-screen gin-rummy games between Winters and Jack Albertson that reportedly cost Winters a small fortune. These behind-the-scenes details enrich the viewing experience, revealing the dedication and camaraderie that went into bringing this story to life. In a genre often criticized for prioritizing spectacle over substance, the Poseidon adventure stands out for its ability to balance the two. It's not just about the wave or the capsized ship, it's about the people trapped inside, their flaws, their courage, and their will to survive. That's what makes this film a standout. It doesn't just show you a disaster, it makes you feel it. Upon its release in 1972, the Poseidon adventure was met with a mix of critical acclaim and audience enthusiasm, solidifying its place as a landmark in disaster cinema. Critics praised the film's technical achievements, particularly its groundbreaking special effects and innovative cinematography, which brought the capsized ship's claustrophobic chaos to life. The New York Times hailed it as a gripping, edge-of-your-seat thriller, while Variety commended its masterful blend of suspense and human drama. However, not all reviews were glowing. Some critics found the character development lacking, arguing that the ensemble cast, while talented, was often reduced to archetypes. Roger Ebert, for instance, noted that the film relies heavily on its spectacle, sometimes at the expense of emotional depth. Despite this, the performances were widely celebrated, especially Shelley Winters' portrayal of Belle Rosen. Winters, only 51 at the time, brought a surprising vulnerability to her character, a retired woman who becomes a symbol of resilience. Her Oscar-nominated performance was a highlight, though some critics pointed out the irony of her youthful appearance, contrasting with her character's elderly demeanor. Audiences, however, were overwhelmingly positive, drawn to the film's high-stakes action and emotional beats. The scene where Winters' character sacrifices herself to save others remains one of the most talked about moments, showcasing the film's ability to balance tension with humanity. Box office numbers reflected this enthusiasm, with the film grossing over $84 million domestically, a significant achievement for its time. In retrospect, the Poseidon adventure is remembered as a pioneer of the disaster genre, influencing countless films that followed. While its pacing and character depth may feel dated to modern viewers, its technical prowess and emotional resonance endure, making it a classic in its own right. The Poseidon adventure didn't just redefine disaster cinema, it left an indelible mark on culture, influencing how audiences and filmmakers approached the genre. Its legacy is evident in the wave of disaster films that followed, from the towering Inferno to Titanic, each borrowing its blueprint of ensemble casts, high-stakes scenarios, and human drama amidst chaos. The film's claustrophobic tension, particularly in scenes like the inverted ballroom sequence, became a template for creating visceral, immersive experiences. Yet, its impact extends beyond the screen. The film's portrayal of ordinary people pushed to their limits resonated deeply, reflecting the anxieties of a post-Vietnam Watergate era. It wasn't just about survival. It was about the fragility of human resilience and the moral choices we make under pressure. Interestingly, the camaraderie on set mirrored the film's themes. Shelley Winters, for instance, found solace in playing gin rummy with Jack Albertson during breaks, a detail that adds a layer of humanity to the production. While Albertson reportedly won a staggering $260,000 from Winters, the story underscores the film's exploration of relationships under stress. Decades later, the Poseidon adventure remains a cultural touchstone, its influence evident in everything from theme park rides to modern disaster narratives. It's a reminder that in the face of chaos, it's not just survival that matters, it's how we survive. The film's technical innovations and emotional depth ensured its place in cinematic history, but its true legacy lies in how it challenged audiences to confront their own vulnerabilities.